Hey everyone, Luke here with another video. In today's video, I'm going to kind of recap yesterday's video on how I basically took $3,800 or under $4,000 and basically 10 times it all in one day. Let's go. Hey everybody, Luke here. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about a recent property or lot flip that I got. So for those of you guys that didn't watch yesterday's video, you should go check it out. I had a very interesting opportunity happen basically on the fly. I've been looking for a piece of land to possibly build a group home on or possibly a duplex on. And lo and behold, I found a piece of property that was in the perfect location, very central, very located, just basically, it's just located next to everything you could want. It's right next to the big highway. It's 10 minutes from this city, 10 minutes from that city. It's smack dab in the middle. Like, you couldn't want a better location for a property, and it was listed for only $5,000. So, just to kind of recap yesterday's video, basically, long story short, I reached out to the seller, got no response. I waited like an hour. Then I actually drove out to the property because it was only like 15 minutes from my home. And I talked to the neighbors. One of the neighbors ended up being property owner's mother. Found out the guy's real name. Found out he was in jail. Went and paid his $1,000 cash bond bail. Got him out. He was extremely happy that somebody randomly bailed him out of jail. Talked to him about his property. He jumped in my car. We literally went over to Title Associates in Chippewa Falls, and he signed over the property to me. He did a quick claim deed, which basically removes him from the property, adds me to it. He's completely off of it, and then I went and paid some of the back property taxes and liens that he had owed against the property, and then I gave him $1,000 cash on top of all of that. And then that's it. Done. I dropped him off somewhere, and he said, he was going to go hang out with some friends. Obviously, this opportunity doesn't happen all the time, but this is a really good example on why you should never give up on anything. So, that being said, that's kind of the back cap of the story. It's an absolutely funny and yet crazy story at the same time, that this even happened. But basically, the whole point of this is never give up. Never give up on a deal or a lead, unless you completely come to a dead end. But him not responding to me on Facebook, something didn't make sense. That wasn't good enough for me, so I went above and beyond to go and get this lot. So let's talk about this lot for a little bit. So basically, it's like a 0.72 or 0.75 acre lot. It's pretty awesome. It's got some trees on it. It's got blacktop on it already. Now, here's the big kicker that I didn't know because he didn't have it in his listing. The lot actually has city water in it, and it has electric run all to it, and it also has a septic. So for those of you guys that don't really know real estate prices, basically having a septic system put in here in Wisconsin cost around $10,000. To get a well, it's also another $10,000. Got lucky with the lot that basically the lot already had all this stuff done to it. On top of it not needing a well, it actually has city water run to it also. So all it would take for somebody to drop a house on there is to have a couple reconnect charges, which are much, much less than actually having all of the stuff reset up. So incredible there. And then on top of it, having electric run to the lot and just kind of having it wired up and having a meter put in, that's like another $4,000 to $5,000. So I got this lot for $3,800. The tax assessment is around $30,000, and then it's got city water, it's got a septic, and it's got electric. Now, the only thing with the septic is, to be completely 100% transparent with you, the septic may not perk test out. If it doesn't test out or there's something wrong with it, I might have to put a new septic in if I were to want to resell the lot or put something on it. But regardless, even with the septic not, testing out or working out, the point is, it's got the water covered, which is around $10,000 value. It's got blacktop on the driveway, which is around $5,000. The blacktop's in a really good shape, by the way. There's no cracks. It probably could be seal coated just to give it that nice, new, fresh look. But good, nice blacktop. And then on top of that, the beautiful part about everything is that there's electric on it too. So I paid $3,800 for this lot that needs a little bit of cleanup, but it's in a fire location. I mean, just an awesome, awesome location. It's got water on it, it's got septic, and it's got electrical running to it. So basically, this lot is worth around $40,000 to $50,000. And where I got this number from is I actually brought my uncle out, who, for those of you that kind of follow me and have talked to me personally before, my uncle owns over 300 apartment unit rentals, and he actually just sold around 88 rental units last month, and it was around a 3.5 or $4 million deal. So the guy knows a thing or two about real estate. He's also a licensed broker. I brought him out to the lot yesterday just because I was so excited about it, and he told me that if I cleaned it up and then just some of the stuff that I told him about it, how it's got electric, it's got city water, etc., he thought that it could possibly be worth $40,000 to $50,000. So potentially yesterday I spent $3,800, round up $4,000, and I've got a lot now that's potentially worth $40,000. If the septic and everything pans out, it could be worth $50,000. So I'm extremely excited. And I just thought this was kind of a cool story that, like I said, I wanted to share with all of you, and I wanted to show you how it really is important to have capital available to be able to take it and invest it and then flip it. I mean, turning $4,000 into potentially $40,000, not to mention it's a piece of land. I could probably sell this myself. I don't really need a realtor to do any of that, so I don't have to pay anybody any fees. And since I've done a few real estate deals myself, and I've done a few quick claim deeds, such as the one with the property, I could probably handle all the paperwork for the potential buyer too, and hey, maybe I could add my own fee on top of that or charge a little bit extra for that, or a premium to kind of help with everything, just because of the fact that, I'm technically inclined, and, I can kind of figure stuff out just because I've done a couple deals myself. So this is just a huge win. I mean, it's just, I'm so excited about it. That's why I keep talking about it. It's just, I can't believe that me messaging somebody off of Facebook, not getting a reply, which led to me driving out to the property, finding everything out, finding that the guy was in jail, paying his cash bail, getting him to come to the title place, quick claim deed the property over into my name. I can't believe that all led to me spending $4,000 only to come find out that it's worth $40,000. Now, I knew right off the bat that this lot was definitely worth double what the person was asking for, just because the real estate market right now is absolutely crazy. But to find out after I actually got all the documents that the tax assessment alone on it was like $30,000, and for those of you that don't know, tax assessments are usually around 20 to like 30% lower, at least around here, than what an actual appraiser's value would be. So it's pretty crazy. It's just crazy to think that turning $4,000, making a couple phone calls, being persistent, not giving up, turned to basically $4,000 to $40,000. So, I mean, 3 times or 4 times in my money. It's absolutely crazy. And, it basically only took up around 6 hours of my day yesterday to be able to do that. Now, worst comes to worst, if I don't, put a group home on it, or I don't put a duplex on it, I would love to be able to put up like a little cabin and maybe like a little fire pit area, just because I live in town. And this place, although it's in town, it's only 2 minutes from the highway. You kind of go down a couple roads, and then it's kind of in the woods, actually, on its own dead-end road. So it's kind of awesome. It's just like a little secluded place, place where you could just go to hang out, have a fire, and just talk about stuff with friends, family, or whatever, or just to go out and get some serenity and peace and quiet. So very cool lot, very interesting deal. But this is the kind of stuff that can happen, guys, if you are constantly out there hustling, looking for good deals, or just plain old not giving up. Don't give up. Persistency is key with everything you do in life, whether it's phone flipping, real estate flipping, whatever. Persistency is key. I would have never got this piece of land if I gave up. So that being said, just kind of wanted to recap why I was so excited about this land. I know in the video the other day I didn't really talk about it too much, or why it is worth so much money, but I initially knew that it was definitely worth double the money. But now that I've actually had a personal family member friend of mine who's also a registered broker, who's been in the real estate business since the 80s, I now know that this property is worth quite a bit of money, and I just basically 10 times my money, overnight basically. And as it sits right now, the lot's being cleaned up. I've got a dumpster out there. It'll probably take a few days for that. Once that's all done, I mean, this property could either be put on the market, or that's the potential where I go to the bank, say I want to build here, and they say, oh, do you have any equity, or do you have any cash down? Well, of course I can put cash down, but since I have a lot that's worth $40,000, I could use that as equity and leverage to get my loan with zero down and just mortgage the land, since it's clean and clear in my name, into the property, and get into this property or this duplex for zero money down. So absolutely awesome. I mean, like I said, it's just really a crazy find. These don't always happen. I'm not saying this is going to happen every single day, but just a crazy story and just a crazy example of why persistency and never giving up is a huge deal in every kind of business. So that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I hope it motivates you, and I hope you found some kind of value in this video and just kind of, boosted your mindset a little bit on not giving up, because I see a lot of people quitting every day, and you don't want to do that. I'm telling you that. So that being said, make sure you guys smash that like button, hit subscribe, and I will see you all in the next video.